Hey guys, let's get crafting. Today we're going to make the Sunflower Power Crochet Coasters by Ira Rott, and it's a free pattern from Lovecrafts, and I will have the link in the description below for the free pattern. And I am using Premier Basics Chenille Brights, color Banana, and Premier Basics Chenille Brights in the color Chocolate. And that's what I did for this first sample, and you can see how big it is. Just the right size for a coffee cup or any other cup. And I will this was the first sample I made, and then I thought I would use Chenille Parfait Chunky, so I used chocolate for the middle in the Chenille Parfait Chunky, and I used Premier Bloom Chenille in the color Tulip for this sample. And then I decided to try one with a lighter color sample, and a middle for this sample, and this was with Premier Chunky, Premier Parfait Chunky in the color, doesn't have the color on here, but I think this is bubblegum or something like that. That's weird. Okay, anyway, I used that for the middle, and Premier Bloom Chenille in the color Dewdrop for the petals. And you can see how big of a difference that the Chenille Brights to the Parfait Chunky makes. It's still a nice size for a cup, fits perfectly in there and beautiful. Alright, and for the color that I'm going to make in this tutorial, I'm going to use the Premier Basics Chenille Brights in the color Chocolate for the center. And then for the petals, I'm going to use the Premier Basics Chenille Brights in the color Cotton Candy. And that may be the other color on the Premier Parfait Chunky that I used in the center. But they seem to be about the same color. All right, so let's get started. The pattern says chain 3 and slip stitch in 3rd chain from hook to form a ring, or start with the magic ring. So I actually started the first one in the basic chenille with the chain 3, slip stitch, and forming a ring way, the traditional way. But in the others, with the Parfait Chunky, I just did the magic ring, and then I did not join each round because the pattern calls for joining each round, which I did do in this one. I joined in each round, and then I slip stitched to the final color when I change colors at the end, like the directions say. So you can do it either way. for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and do the magic ring. And we want 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So of course you chain 1, then make 6 single crochets. And I'm using a K 6.5 millimeter hook. This is the Clover Amour. It's really helpful for me. I like it a lot. It flows really smooth on the yarn. So you can find these in my store. You can find all this yarn in my store, countryhomecrafters.com. All right, now we've formed the ring, and the directions say chain 1, single crochet 2 in the same stitch as join, but I'm just going to continue in the round, and I'm going to mark my first stitch. So I joined the 6 single crochets, and then I made a single crochet in the first one. So I need to make 2 single crochets in each of the chain, 6 single crochets that we did to begin with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is all, 2 in each stitch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You don't have to pull on these stitches to make them close enough where you don't see the holes like you do amigurumi. You can be a little more gentle on your hands in this project. Okay, that's 12 stitches. So now round 3 is the same as round 2. You're gonna 2 double crochet in each stitch around, so we'll end up with 24. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, that's the end of round 3. And round 4 is you just single crochet in each stitch around, and at the end of this round we're going to change colors. So if you're working in the round, you'll want to mark your stitch. If you're going with the slip stitch and make a ring, then you don't have to do that because you'll join and chain 1 at new round. So we're just going to make a single crochet in each of the 24 stitches. All the way around. And this is making the center of your flower. And of course you can choose any color, any yarn that you want to use with this. The pattern called for blanket yarn, so that's why I did some in the Chanel Brights and the Parfait Chunky, just to see the difference. Of course they do give a different texture look as well, so it's just whatever you prefer. Okay, so I'm at my last stitch. Now, if you did the form a ring to start, not the magic ring, but the old traditional way, then you would slip stitch into this first stitch and chain one. So normally when you do the magic ring, you just keep going. So but I'm going to, for this pattern, because I want to stop this color change, I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch here in this first stitch. I'm going to cut the yarn, and I'm going to start the new color. I think I'm going to start the new color earlier. Let's do it this way. This was our last stitch in the round. Pull it through. And we'll just slip stitch into the first stitch. Now we do not have to use the stitch marker anymore, and what we're going to do is chain 4, and then we're going to do a two treble cluster. So you just wrap your yarn around your hook twice, and into the next stitch you're going to pull up a yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and you're going to leave 2 loops on your hook. So you're going to do that again. Yarn over, wrap your hook twice, and into the same stitch pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you've got 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and then you're going to chain 4 again. And you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and that's your first petal. And now we're going to chain 4. We're going to do the treble, 2 treble cluster in the next stitch, you've got 4 loops. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You've got 2 on your hook. Yarn, wrap your hook, the yarn around your hook twice. Put it in the same stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you've got 3 on your hook. You want to yarn over and pull through all 3. And then you're going to chain 4. And into the next stitch, you're going to slip stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around until you have 12 petals. So, chain 4. We're going to do the 2 treble cluster. You'll end up with 3 loops on your hook. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the next stitch. And that's 3 petals. Chain 4. Two treble cluster, the same stitch, chain 4, slip stitch in the next stitch, and that's what it's looking like. Chain 4, you do your 2 treble cluster and then chain 4, slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 4 from there, 2 treble cluster in the same stitch, chain 4, slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 4, 2 treble cluster into the next stitch. I'll put that up a little closer. Pull through 2, pull through 2. You have 2 on your 2 loops on your hook, yarn over twice, back through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. You've got 3 stitches on your loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then chain 4, and slip stitch into the next stitch. Now look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 petals done already. Chain 4, do the 2 treble cluster into the next stitch, which the cluster all goes in 1 stitch, chain 4, slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 4, 2 treble cluster into the next stitch, Get some more yarn. Finish up the 2 treble cluster. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 4. 2 treble cluster into the next stitch. Chain 4, slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 4, 2 treble cluster, chain 4, slip stitch into the next stitch, all right, we're going to chain 4. This will be our last petal. 2 treble crochet into the next cluster into the next stitch, chain 4, and we're going to slip stitch into the last stitch. And there we go. We're going to fasten off. First we gotta take care of this yarn. And I'm going to pull that through there, make that look a little neater, and then I'm actually going to tie these 2 pinks in the back, and then you'll want to finish with hiding your ends into the back. And there you have it, a beautiful coaster for your coffee cup or teacup or whatever you like to use it for. Even a decoration would be nice. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am really happy to show this to you because I found this and it was just so beautiful and easy, fun, fast. You could make 4 of these and give them for gifts any time of the year, and I would say anybody would enjoy it and be happy. So happy crocheting this week, guys, and I hope you have a great week. See you next time. I've got an update on my video. I was finishing hiding my ends, and then I decided to size up the first flower coaster I made, because these are the same yarns. The only difference is I did this one with the traditional chain 3, slip stitch in the 3rd chain from hook and form a ring on this one, and this one I did the magic ring. See the size difference that made? And this is the same, this is both Premier Basics Chenille Brights. That's a pretty big difference there. So, you know, do either way you want. When I look at these together, to me, I like the slip stitch in the ring look better than these. So you do whatever you'd like to do, but I thought I would share that with you, so you don't have to try that yourself. And I hope that helps. See you next time, guys. Thank you for watching.